And welcome to Local Edition on Time Warner Cable. I'm Steve Swat, and this is the Sacramento Report. And my guest this segment is Steve Knight, who is a member of the State Assembly from Antelope Valley. Thanks very much for being with us.
Thank you, Steve. Thanks for having me.
And you're a Republican, and we're going to talk a little bit about the partisan divide involving the state budget. The second year, of course, where only a majority in the legislature can get a budget out. Still takes 2/3 to increase taxes. And I guess because of that, Republicans sort of feel they've been shut out of the process.
Well, it's very interesting. I think that the voters saw Proposition 25. It was kind of a two-part issue. It was, if we don't pass a budget on time, we don't get paid. I firmly agree with that. If you don't do your job, then there should be some ramifications. But the second part was giving a majority vote budget. And that makes it a little difficult. The majority party, the Democrats, have had the legislature for about 41 of the last 42 years. And so basically you were giving the budget to the Democrats. And it's just quite a bit different budget than we would have passed. And we came up with a roadmap to funding education 100%. This budget is going down a road of cutting budget quite a bit, or cutting education quite a bit. So it's just a little bit different. If you have a majority vote budget, then sometimes you don't have to talk to the other side. And we want to be involved.
The situation has changed over the last 2 years because there were some Republicans who did negotiate with Democrats last year. And it didn't get very far, but there were negotiations. And I think from the Democrats' point of view, the feeling is that because you are so wedded to no new taxes and taking the no tax pledge, why bother negotiating with you when it's not going to bear fruit?
Well, and that's an interesting part. You know, the taxes have been put on the November ballot to see if the taxpayers are going to take more money out of their pocket and give it to us. We've been so good at spending their money in the past. We'll see how we are in the future. But I think that is a valid concern. We have been very stiff on new taxes. California is a taxed state, and so we believe we can balance the budget by getting it in line with the revenues that come in each year.
You mentioned taxes, and it's kind of interesting. Statewide, 8 out of the last 9 tax increase attempts have failed, and yet if you look at the election results in June of this year, local sales taxes passed, parcel taxes, 13 out of 18, they passed, school bond measures passed.
Well, and again, we're going to send it to the taxpayer. If they want to tax themselves, that will be their decision. But I think when you look at the totality of what happens in California, we are a very high tax state across the board. And many taxpayers are going to look at it and say, you haven't been very good with our money. Why would we give you more? And I think that's going to resonate in November. As
you know, the threats are that if the taxes don't pass in the fall, we're looking at huge cuts to K through 12 and also to higher education, CSU and the University of California. And it really is, I guess, going to be a PR battle to see who gets blamed. And already, obviously, the Democrats are trying to set the stage for blaming you for these huge cuts if you don't support the taxes.
Well, and I think that's a problem. That's disingenuous. We have set a budget. We have a pathway that says that we do not have to cut education. That was K through 16, all the way up through the UCs. We did not cut $1 out in our pathway. We did not get to vote on that. We did not get to see that come to fruition, and that was a big problem. We can do this without cutting education.
All right. Well, we're out of time. Steve Knight from Antelope Valley, thanks very much for coming by and talking about this very crucial issue. We appreciate it. And thanks to our viewers, of course, for watching Local Edition on Time Warner Cable. A reminder, you can see this and other interviews on My Government on Demand, also YouTube. I'm Steve Swat. Have a great day.